$7.25, guys. That has been the average minimum wage for quite a few years now across the United States. And yes, the states fluctuate, but like I said, that's kind of just been the average. As Americans, we consider this like a wage that would at most be like paycheck to paycheck type wages, where other countries, they're in harsher conditions, and we don't, we take it for our pay for granted when they, we're getting paid pennies a day and working a lot harder a lot of times than we do. So, as consumers, we always want the latest and greatest, or other people might just be bargain shoppers, but we always miss the more important information. Like, we should be researching, like, where do the products come from? How are they being manufactured? All the background behind these products that we're purchasing. There's two different types of trade. Free trade is the one that we want to try to avoid, and that's where large corporations kind of steamroll over smaller businesses, and they lower their prices because they want to get business, and then they take the business away from smaller businesses like local farms because they can't afford to lower the prices, because then they end up in debt. And so it's just hard for them to compete with these larger companies. But fair trade is what we want to try to embrace, and that is like there's products at the stores. If you look at the packaging, it'll say fair trade, and that's how you know that that it is a product that has actually more beneficial aspects than other products. So usually you have to get a license in order to have your products be considered fair trade, and because it's guaranteed when they have that they're following the standards. They get audited to make sure that they're in compliance. These options are healthier because there's less pesticides. They take care of their products more, and they take pride. These local farmers and businesses take pride in what they are growing and selling. A lot of free trade, they kind of, they don't care. They'll only put out the product that they absolutely have to, that they think is going to sell, where local businesses, they'll put out a more variety of products to be harvested, to give a little more variety. It improves lives from the beginning to the end. It's more ethical and equal. Farmers and the workers are treated, great, and no child and slave labor. That was a huge thing, is that, that's off the table. None of that. The community also benefits because we invest back into the communities, and bring people closer together of the communities. Now, to go a little bit more in depth with fair trade, we're going to discuss buying local. Try to buy local, guys. I mean, workers have safer working conditions, livable wages, freedom of association, and these workers and business owners are more down to earth and knowledgeable about their products. It's just overall going to be a more amazing experience for you guys. And the quality of product is like night and day. When you have products from other places, who knows how long that they were harvested before they were sent to you, who knows the freshness of the product. But when you buy locally, it's harvested and then it's sent, to the farmer's market or wherever to be sold. And so you know that it's fresh. And animals are treated better. They're, even the ones that are raised to be food, are treated a lot better. And, also, like, the consumers are involved a lot more with fair trade. People can become better educated in the process of growing foods and get to know the farmers in the community. And when you purchase from local businesses, then they purchase from other local businesses. So it's kind of like a domino effect, and the entire community can potentially benefit from you buying local. And especially since more of the money goes into the businesses around you than when the larger companies get your money. Environmentally, huge benefits. Less pollution. We all know global warming is a huge deal right now. Buying local helps other people buy local, and which creates less pollution, since goods aren't having to be like transported everywhere. And according to the Environmental Protection Agency, I read through one of the websites, industrial pollution is responsible for almost 50% of the pollution present in the United States. Shopping locally helps cut down on processing, packaging, and transporting waste, leading to less pollution. More than twice the amount of money is donated also to nonprofit organizations than it is through these large companies. So much more, going back into the community. It's just amazing. We're more likely to be supporting family and friends and, friends and family of other people that we know. Jobs are created. How many times do we say, hey, like, I wish we had more jobs available. And this, is a way for us to create that, to be the change that we want to see. The Environmental Protection Agency also said for every $100 spent for a small business, $68 goes back into the economy. For big companies, only $48 goes back in. So a lot more. And, with all this plethora of information, we've learned so much about buying local and the benefits that come with it. Now, this is in no way implying that if that you can't buy from any products that don't have the fair trade, listed on the packaging. It's just, basically saying that, it's going to be inevitable that we purchase it, but whenever you can, try to buy local or try to buy it if it says fair trade, if you have the option. If you don't, and you have to get another product, not a big deal, but when you can, it will make a difference. So buy local, look for fair trade products, and just think about the purchases that you are making and make an educated decision.